Recording. What's up, everyone? This is AA Ron here, bringing you guys PSBL season recap. And today I am not alone. I am with my two co-admins. We have Ninetales and we have the Pokemaster Mike. Guys, say what's up.
What's up?
Here.
We are here. It's time.
Yeah, we are here. So what I want to do in this video, I want to go through each team, talk about them from like start to finish, how their stats went, what went up, what went down for the team, and just have a little fun while talking about it. So right now we have team build-up here, and Mike, let's start with you. What do you think about team build-up season as a whole?
Well, overall, at the start of the year, I really liked their draft. You know, they got some really good offensive threats like Bulu, Bisharp, Beedrill, Mance, Metagross, Cloyster, like a lot of really good threats. I really liked their draft, and of course, they took one of my favorite mons of all time, Alolan Raichu. You know, that earns you a place in my heart. But you know, the season went on, and they only won one game, and it was against the 64ers, and I just felt like they really underutilized their draft. They're in the few battles of theirs that I actually watched when they happened. I haven't had a chance to watch every single battle in the league, but the few battles of theirs that I watched and playing against them, they do know what they're doing when it comes to battling. That's not the issue. I think their issue lied in their team prep. They bought a lot of weird and unconventional stuff for what seemed like just the purpose of being weird and unconventional, you know. And, you know, sometimes bringing meme-ish stuff is fun and it can work, but it's called a meme set for a reason, you know. So I think one of the things that team build-up should try to work on for season 3, which is coming up soon, would be you know, just work on preparation. You know what works, know what doesn't, and just work on preparation. I think that's the biggest piece of advice I can offer. But I really liked their draft. I don't think their draft plan was really the issue. I don't think their battling ability was really the issue. I think their biggest problem was in prep.
Right. And like they have Bisharp, they have Metagross, they have Alolan Muck, they had Raichu, as you said, and Alolan Sandslash. All of them were weak to ground, but at the same time, they brought Tapu Bulu. That's a good draft decision on them.
Mm-hmm.
And I also forgot about Chandelier there. But also, what another problem is, they led with Swampert almost every battle. It got so predictable there.
Oh, did they? I never even realized.
Almost every battle. Sometimes they led something else, but they always wanted to get rocks up first turn, but then they always got their opponent always led with a Grass Knot user or something that would kill it one shot. And that was like Swampert is not that great, but it still has some offensive pressure that you can hit something with a good waterfall or something like that.
Exactly.
So like if you go down to his stats, you see that Swampert was brought 6 times and died all 6 times. It didn't get 1 kill at all. So that's what I had the most problem with their team. But it wasn't that horrible. Like, the draft was good. I like all the mods on here. They're all very scary, especially Mega Beedrill and Bulu and all these other threats. But just they became predictable. That was my knock on them. Ninetales, what do you think?
I feel like once the draft was done and me and Mike played them, like after playing them, I realized their problem with their draft was they had like all their weaknesses covered and they had utility. The only problem is they had nothing to stop a snowball effect going on them. Like you can look at their team, you know, they have Muck for special defense, they have Cloyster for his def, but if they have a good mixed attacker, for example, like Celesteela that just starts setting up and snowballing, they have nothing to stop that. They didn't have anything for snowballing effect. They didn't have anything really that could haze or roar or take a hit and basically get that threat off the field.
Hey, Dragon Tail Mence.
They also have Roar and Swampert, but that Swampert never lived after 3rd turn.
And I feel like they drafted their draft. In my opinion, I liked their draft because they covered their weaknesses with a lot. But I feel like they didn't cover I find the biggest weakness in them was fire. Because besides Shandy and Mence, nothing really wants to take a fire hit on this team.
No, you're right about that. I think that was one of the first things we noticed when we prepped for them in week 1 was like, wait, their team hates fire. We're bringing Entei. Because Entei is the game. Entei beats Bulu, if nothing else, and the rest of their team just dies to Earthquake. So we brought Entei and... what did we bring that had Earthquake? We brought like Entei and an Earthquake user and just won with it.
Yeah, I remember.
I think we spec-ed our Mew and put Flamethrower on it too, just for that same reason.
I remember facing them, and they only brought one special hitter against us, so Zygarde with our coil was able to eat up everything, even an Ice Punch, and just sweep with that. And they brought
Right.
nothing for 1,000 arrows.
To be fair, how many things can you really bring for 1,000 arrows? How many things really even exist for 1,000 arrows?
Bulu, though. Bulu would have been great for that.
Yeah, but Zygarde gets Iron Tail.
We didn't bring Iron Tail, I don't think. I don't remember.
You gotta bring the memes! Steelium's the Iron Tail! What do you, come on! Man, I thought you better than that. I thought you better than this.
Brought Coil Rest.
Okay, so you brought the Rock Hand set. Alright, dope.
Yeah, and the one that destroyed me, Season 1.
You wanted to get revenge.
So you have become the very thing you swore to destroy. Unfortunate.
Exactly. Alright. So
Star Wars for the win, boys.
Exactly.
The offensive pressure was brought to you by Porygon Z on this team. Got 5 kills and 5 deaths. Nothing that really stands out. None of the Mons had more kills than it did deaths. So that's something to note there. Bisharp didn't even get a kill. Bulu didn't even get a kill. Like, their most offensive things hardly got any kills, and that's kind of disappointing in my opinion. Anyone else?
I would agree with that.
The Muck got more kills, fam. What the hell? The Muck got more kills than this Mence. What?
Hello?
Yeah.
I have so many questions.
Choice banded Muck, anyone?
I think that was the battle that they beat the 64ers, which I loved that. I loved how they beat the 64ers.
I actually don't remember that battle, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, like, the 64ers just, like, misplayed hard, and the build-up just took advantage of that.
It just kept building up? Is that what you're trying to say?
Exactly.
Alright, then.
Alright. So let's go to the Nido Kings and Queens right now.
Mandy and Chris.
Mandy and Chris. Mike, you want to talk about this thing first, so you go right ahead.
Alright, first of all, this draft is absolutely disgusting. You got Gliscor and Scizor on the same roster. Two of the bulkiest Mons, at least on the physical side, on the same roster. Disgusting. Then you throw Zapdos and Virizion, two Mons that are very specially bulky on there. Even more disgusting. Right? Then you look at the Fairy Dragon Steel, which includes the aforementioned Scizor, Mega Gardevoir, and Haxorus. Disgusting. A Prankster and Lightbard, a Cleric with Heal Bell in Miltank. I helped them prep a really nice tech one week when they played Team Ask Dark, because that team has Alolan Ninetales. I helped them bring a nice tech on their Glaceon, because Glaceon gets Aurora Veil. So I was like, hey, bring Glaceon. I think they brought like Specs Glaceon or something, I think, if I remember right. I was like, throw Aurora Veil in there for the 4th move. And if Dark and Polly bring Ninetales, then you get up a free Aurora Veil, courtesy of their hail. Thank you, Dark. And if they don't, LOL, they didn't bring Ninetales, no Veil for them. So, like they had some really nice toys there to work with. It just didn't translate into wins this season, and I don't know if it was like a lack of, I don't want to say lack of commitment, probably, you know what I mean? Like they Chris and Mandy are in a bunch of leagues, and they had a lot of school stuff going on, and so I think. I mean, how serious can you take these leagues? But I mean, if I think it was just lack of time, and it had with everything they were involved in, the Hoobies League and the UPL and whatnot. I think with everything they were involved in plus school, I think something had to lose some emphasis as far as time commitment goes, and I just think this was it. But I think they really had a good draft in place to really put on some pressure this season. I remember predicting at the beginning of the season they'd make playoffs with this roster because it's disgusting. And Mandy really knows Mandy knows what she's doing when it comes to battling. So, and Chris is still learning the game. We all know that, but I love their draft. I still love it. I still argue it was the best drafted team in the league. At least on paper, I think it was the best team on paper, but it just didn't translate into wins, which, it happens sometimes.
It happens. Ninetales?
All right. Now, Mike loves this team, and I can understand that. But when I saw this team drafted them, they're like, okay, this is hashtag 4 times a week. We got Gliscor with ice, we got Scizor with fire, we got Virizion with flying, and then we got Sawzall with ground. Now, I can understand you can't bring every hidden power in the game. That's just stupid. But, I understand the concepts of how strong and how weak every team can be. This looks like more of the steady team I'd see making playoffs. It's just, I think where they went wrong is with Mandy. which we've played a couple of seasons now. I think we're reaching 5th. She knows how to make a team. She knows how to draft a team. She knows how to play with a team. She always questions her plays and what to prep for, which I think Chris can help. Well, Chris can play with a team just as fine. We've learned this between him playing Pearl like a legend, Sir Hawkthorne beating his ass. Like, he can play a team, but their both problem is team prepping, which I find is the cutting edge to themselves with the sword of their team.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to second that point about Chris, because I said Chris is still learning the game, and he is. But his biggest weakness is in his prep. When Chris is given a good team to work with, like, that man can battle as well as anyone on his best day. Like, you mentioned it, like in the UPL, he took Tyler down to the wire, and the prediction on like Chris clicking Earth Power versus Ice Beam on his Scarf Nidoqueen. Whether or not to click Ice Beam on the Gliscor that was in, or predict the Nihilego switch in and click Earth Power, like, that's a 50-50 prediction, because he'd already revealed Ice Beam to Tyler, and the Gliscor was in. So Tyler has to either read the Earth Power and stay in, or risk getting Ice Beamed, or switch out and risk Chris predicting that. And to Chris's credit, like, he clicked Earth Power, which is a ballsy prediction, and to Chris's credit, Tyler said after the battle he had clicked Nihilego to switch in about 5 different times, and then decided, I'm going to stay in and risk it for the biscuit. So if Chris had just decided a little bit earlier to click Earth Power, he would have had it, and he would have won the game. So when Chris has a good team to work with, he can win games.
Right. I just tried to go back to my battle with them, and they bring a really interesting sets. Like, I've never ever seen a Scarfed Zapdos before, and that is exactly what they brought against us, and it put in a lot of work. Almost killed our team. It is a very scary team to deal with, especially the Mega Gardevoir, which is leading the PSBL after 2 seasons in kills. That Scizor is right there, that hits like a truck. I swept teams with a Scizor. Gliscor and Jellicent, very bulky and very offensive team. Just really wish that they got more wins with this. I predicted them to just barely make playoffs, or just barely be out of playoffs, but yet they were in the bottom of the pack. They ranked 9th at the end. So let's go down to their kills and deaths. They were led by Mega Gardevoir with 7 kills and 6 deaths. Unfortunately, Glaceon and Miltank didn't even get a kill. They didn't even bring Lycanroc Midnight, which, in my opinion, is kind of disappointing. I wanted to see a little bit of something out of that, but oh well.
No guard Stone Edge could have been useful maybe in a game or two. I don't know.
Oh yeah. So, out of all the stats, is there anything that's surprising at all?
I think the fact that Jellicent came to 6 games and died 6 times. Jellicent is such a bulky mon.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a mon that they maybe could have used a little better. But like Gardevoir leading their team in kills, that's no surprise. Gardevoir is a fucking truck. So that's not surprising. The fact that their second leading mon in terms of kills was Jellicent, like, now that I look at it, the fact that Jellicent died every time it came, but it was also their second leading kill leader, like, to me that suggests that they tried to use it a little bit too offensively, which is not what Jellicent is there for. Like, it does get some good coverage. It gets Grass Knot, I think, or Giga Drain. It gets Shadow Ball, it gets Ice Beam, gets Scald. Like, it's got some good offensive moves, but that thing's job is to sit there and tank.
Oh,
you know?
Tank and then leave.
Yeah, exactly. Tank, recover up, maybe Will-O-Wisp, and then leave. You know? It's so... I think maybe they tried to use Jellicent a little too offensively. Miltank only came to 3 games, which Miltank's a really good mon. I've enjoyed using it over in the SML. Granted, I mostly have been either memeing out in that league or just not really putting too much effort into it, but I've enjoyed using Miltank over there. It's pun intended on its ability. It's incredibly thick. It's just such a good mod. It gets Stealth Rocks, gets Heal Bell, gets Wish. It gets Curse if you want to set up and just sweep teams with it late game. Like, it's a good mod. I wish it had come more than 3 games, but really, other than the fact that other than the Jellicent stats, nothing really too surprising.
All right, Ninetales. Is he even here? Okay.
I mean, I'm here. I'm not dead.
I put him to sleep.
Honestly, I was expecting like maybe hacks or sort of not Savali, Salazzle to like come to a game and just set up and sweep. But like I was really expecting that, seeing as Mandy, she doesn't set up much, but when she does, she usually gets the job done. And Chris once in a while likes to throw a curveball at everyone because you don't see him out of the basket kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm really disappointed that Celeste only got 1 kill there, but I mean, c'est la vie, you know.
I mean, to be fair,
they finished the season. What was it? 1-8. Yes, 1-8, -24. Their only win was against Team Speed Boost, where they won 2-0. Just very, very bad season. They started the season 0-6 against Mandy's cousin, Bryce.
Yeah, and Bryce would hold that over her head for fucking weeks.
I mean, to be fair, I would do the same thing to my cousin.
To be fair, okay. Here's okay. You said that, not me. The one criticism I would have, like I mentioned, Chris's probably weakest area of the game, you know, given that he's still learning, is in preparation. For Mandy, I think it's in prep too, but for a completely different reason. Chris doesn't know like what sort of sets work yet, like, you know, or what sorts of things even go together. Like he brought Calm Mind, Anjirachi, and Ironhead to a game in a league this season. He brought, I think in the very first league match he ever played, he brought a Belly Drum, a Azumarill with Sap Sipper for an ability and Ice Beam for a move. You know, like Chris just doesn't know. It worked. I mean, the top of speed, he thought it could play Grass Knot in front of the Azu, and then it couldn't because Sap Sipper. It worked, but like, so Chris is still learning like what sorts of moves and abilities you got to put on Mons, you know, that are actually viable. In Mandy's case, I think her biggest problem, and I'm pretty sure I told her this before, but if not, and Mandy, you're listening to this, don't kill me, is that she's a little bit too predictable when it comes to her prep. She almost always scarfs her fastest Mon, which I'm guilty of sometimes too, but like she always scarfs her fastest Mon. You know, she'll specs or band her hardest hitting Mon. She'll slap an AV on her bulky Mon. You know, she doesn't ever bring anything typically too unexpected. You know,
Scarf Zapdos.
Except for Scarf Zapdos, but I've seen Scarf Zapdos before. That's not terribly.
I've never seen Scarf Zapdos.
Really?
Never.
I've seen that before.
I've never.
All right, we're making a video. Hashtag Scarf Zapdos.
What's wrong with Scarf Zapdos? Base 100 speed. Why not scarf it?
I mean, go for it. I'm not terribly surprised. I've just never seen it. He's usually bulky.
But it can be offensive.
A little bit, but you usually see bulky. It's more bulky than offensive.
Excuse you. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Let's get to the next team.
Yeah, let's get to the next team. You're right. Next up, we have Team Speed Boost. And, Ninetales, do you want to start it this time? Started the last couple times.
Alright, so this is between Byron and his friend, and to be fair, when I saw this team drafted, I thought they just 6-0 everyone, because fuck this team,
I thought
man.
they were going to win this season, just based on their draft.
Okay, so for the Fairy Dragon Seal, they have Skarm, Kirim, B, aka Beatstick, and then Princess Sparkly Pants over there, aka Mega Dancy. So, you know, you're not living shit.
Princess Sparkly Pants, that's a new one. I'm sorry, continue.
Then we have fucking... Guys, as we continue down the roster, we have fucking Baconator, aka Embor. We've got fucking Shakira over there, aka Serena.
Is that what they called it?
Yeah, they called it
Baconator. Oh.
Oops. Different.
We have Shakira, aka Serena, over there. We have basically a $400 investment of a Pokemon over there, aka Rotomosh, which is a Firewater Grass Core, which I love. Fast, hard hitting, has utility. I found it great. Then, for some reason, they drafted 2 fucking ground type Mons, but you know, that ate my team's ass, so fucking props to them. Between Nidoqueen and Gastron, that shit's bulkier than fucking 17 Snorlaxes doing body slams on each other.
Oh my god! What am I listening to right now?
I don't know.
Tell us how you really feel.
Then, you know, you got fucking Thunderbolt, aka Raichu over there, basically stopping all your Thunderbolt Thunderbolt.
His name is Anderson, as in Sparky Anderson. Thank you.
No, that's Jolteon, fam.
That's true. That is Jolteon. You're right about that.
You know, you can't touch the fucking steel chicken over there that is Skarmory, because that fucking mouse over there is laughing at you and encoring that ass into lightning bolts. So, you know, you hate your life. Then they decide to grab the fucking mascot, which is a bigger pain in my fucking ass.
All right, calm down. Breathe in. Out.
Now, the worst mistake is we let 2 stats because I decided, fuck it, I'm going to terrorize the entire unit. So, BP'd. So, you know, they have a sword stance and 2 speed boost and into a fucking Kieran bike. It's game over, fam. So, you know, basically, when you see this team, you just say, okay, I don't know, I'm going to bring 6 mons. I don't care what sets there. I'm just bringing 6 mons and getting 6 0'd.
Okay.
All right. We got through that okay.
Yeah, all right. So,
Mike?
So here's the thing. I have absolutely nothing negative to say about this team. I had to 1v1 Byron when we played them. Well, there's not. But even if there were, I can't say anything. I had to 1v1 Byron for our game this season because I think Ninetales was sick, and I don't know where Byron's friend was, but me and Byron 1v1'd, and this man blew me back, as is tradition when I play Byron. He just kind of, like, owns me. Like, I always joke Lucy's the one that owns me, but at least I have a win on my leisure against Lucy. I do not have a win in 3 career league games against Byron, and I'm playing my 4th career league game against Byron at some point in the next week over in the SML, but whatever. This, like, as good as the roster is, and it really is good, I forgot about how good this roster was when I looked at, when we were looking at Nidoqueen's roster. They're both really good. They're neck and neck for best roster in the league. I think Nidoqueen's is slightly better, but I'm also kind of biased because I love Mega Gardevoir and I love Gliscor and I love, like, they've drafted a bunch of mons that I just love. But as good as the roster is, I think I don't know how good Coach Cyclone is because I haven't battled him yet. I haven't seen him battled individually, but I know how good Byron is, and it's just shocking that as good as I know Byron is and as good as this roster is, that they won 2 games all season long. I cannot believe it.
Yeah, that's really.
One of them was us.
And one of them was me. Let's be fair here. It was not us. It was me. Like me.
Then the other team was build up. They lost to literally everyone else, hands down.
Yeah.
Like, this was one of my teams that I thought were going to easily make playoffs.
So did I.
Just because,
I thought they were going to be number 1.
Just because of the coaches, but just the team that they drafted. I cannot just think of just one problem with this team that they made.
I would agree.
Wait. So they won 2 games, and this Mega Deante has 16 kills. What the?
Yeah, I don't know. I do not.
To be fair, the games are always. Actually, no, their games were not always close. Were they 4-0'd, 3-0'd, then they 6-0'd their opponent, then they got 5-0'd, and then a 1-0 and a 2-0, and then they 5-0'd us. By us, I mean me.
2 of the Dragonites and 2 of...
And then the 0-0.
Yeah.
Which they had one if they switched out, but it's neither here nor there. Well, like, I'm the only person that I've heard of, like, I could be wrong, but that actually has never lost against Byron. I've not lost against him yet, which...
Yeah, teach me. Take me up into the mountains and train me for 3 years. A wise one.
Even Lucy, which just won this season with Hoobi. Nice spoiler alert.
This is true.
Rock Hands.
Massive spoiler alert.
Rock Hands, there's Mandy, there's almost everyone that I have talked to has lost to Byron at least once. Some people even have a losing record against them.
I'm 0-3.
So, like, this guy is amazing, and yet they've only won 2 games this season.
So the clear conclusion is that his friend is garbage. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Completely just kidding. Completely kidding.
Don't know.
Watch his friend be like fucking 7 times as good as Lucy and we all get swept.
Oh no. Don't say things like that.
Lucy's already scary enough.
Can I go home now?
Okay, let's go to the stats first before you go home.
The interesting thing about the team too, that Ninetales kind of mentioned briefly, was the fact that, for this league we were allowed to pass 2 stats up to 2 stages. So you could, D-dance twice and then pass it. The thing we did only once really was we swords dance with our Mew, we agility'd with our Mew, and then we baton passed into Garchomp, right? How'd that work? Yeah, shut up, Puff. No one asked you. But the point being that with having what's it called, Ninjask on their squad, they only, as I recall, they only baton passed a couple of times, and every time it was into Embor, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what we did. Like the one time they baton passed and we had a Hitmontop in, we had only like Bullet Punch, Mach Punch, and Bulldoze as moves, and they could have easily switched into Serena because 2 of those moves are priority, and it would have done nothing to them. But they decided to go Embor instead, and we read that, and we went for Bulldoze, and we killed it.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, but imagine if they had baton passed, plus 1 or plus 2 speed into Kyurem Black,
Oh
or plus 1 or plus
that.
2 speed into Mega Diancie, or into
Stop.
because I believe Ninjas get Swords Dance. So what if you ran like just Focus Sash, Swords Dance, right? So you Swords Dance, you lead with it. You Swords Dance turn 1, then you get your speed boost, and then you baton pass plus 1 speed and a Swords Dance into like a physically attacking Azelf. Like there was so much I feel like they could have done with Ninjask and just absolutely busted the league that I feel like they didn't do quite enough with it. That's the only criticism I can possibly levy against this team. It seems like every time they brought Ninjask, it was just, get up to plus 1 or 2 speed and then BP into Embor.
Right. I mean, that's scary enough as it is, just predictable. Alright, so let's go down to their stats, as we see that Mega Diancie led the team with 16 kills, 5 deaths, brought 7 times. Embor got 8 kills, which is really good for I think a tier 3 or tier 4 mon. Kyurem Black got 5 kills, Rotom Wash and Nidoqueen got 4 kills, then everything else is 2 and below. Anything stand out to you guys?
The fact that Mega Diancie has 16 kills and they only won 2 games?
Yeah, somebody explain to me the math behind that.
Well, they played, 9 opponents, so basically an average of 2 kills a game for Mega Diancie, so every game you bring Diancie, how many games did they bring it? They brought it to 7 games out of 9, right? So over 2 kills a game. So basically, you figure that every time Diancie comes, you're basically playing with a 6-4 advantage just because Diancie showed up. So how did they lose all but 2 games?
It's because they lost Princess Sparkly Pants over there.
Just stop calling. God damn it.
Hire me for comedy, please. I need money.
You need send him money.
Just send money.
Don't send help.
Link to Ninetales' Venmo will be in the description.
I'm not promising that.
No. His Venmo ID code, whatever it's called, will be in the description below. Send him money. Mine will be in the description too. Please send me money.
Okay,
we will gladly take any. It definitely will be.
It definitely will not be. This is my.
Okay, I want you to know I'm recording the video on my end. It's going to go up on my channel too, and it will be in the description in my video. You want to bet?
Yeah, I actually will take a bet. That seems like a safe bet right there. Alright, let's move on already. We have 64s, and in my opinion, was it? I don't know if I would really say interesting, but they draft pretty well too. I know they did not draft the Jirachi. They traded that. I don't know what they grabbed first, but they had mons like Alakazam, Infernape, Hydreigon, Donphan, which is so much fun to use. I know that much. They have a lot of offensive threats, and they have Milotic, they have Togekiss, which I think they traded too. Snorlax, which I don't think they even brought that often. I think they only brought it to one match. That's it. But they started off so strong. I think they started off 3-1, and I thought, hey, maybe they're gonna go to the playoffs because Jake is just that good. But then after that, they just went off the air, and they finished the season 3-6, -4. I don't know what happened really, but any thoughts?
Koa is definitely responsible for team building. Looking at what they brought some weeks, I could definitely tell. Like I saw Crustle maybe hold on, like 4 or 5 times, and I could definitely tell it wasn't due to type matchup. It's more or less Cole's just telling Jake, yeah, we're bringing Cressel. I don't care what the matchup is. I don't care if there's 4 fire types. We're bringing Cressel. Now, the thing is, I loved their team when it was originally drafted, but then I think it was against the Ultra BC. Yeah, it was against them. They decided, fuck it, we're completely switching shit around, and they decided to draft a bunch of Serene Grace Mons, and they actually didn't get Togekiss originally, except then like Ninetales, you're doing this, or you're doing this a favor, and you're getting a Togekiss for us, and you're trading it. So I'm there like, all right, fine, I don't care. It's the season's basically over. I don't care. So they brought a bunch of flinching Mons, which Mike can definitely understand how.
Don't get me started on Jirachi and Togekiss, or so help me, I will make this video not suitable for children.
It already isn't.
Yeah, we're bribing people to give us money here. I don't think it is.
No, you already said the F word a couple times.
Oh, fuck you too, fam.
Fuck you.
Okay.
The only thing I could see a problem with is Donphan was really their only hazard removal until Togekiss showed up.
True. I didn't even think about that. Because they couldn't use Defog on Rotom-Mo.
Yeah, that's true.
Mike?
I don't know. I really liked their team at the start of the season, and yeah, I thought they were gonna be a playoff team too. Simply because I know how good Jake is, and their draft was really good. And yeah, they started out 3-1, and then just the wheels fell off. I don't really know what happened.
They were all close. 0-1, 0-2, 0-1.
Yep. I thought one of the best games of the year was their second game when they played the Needle Queens. That was back and forth, and I think Donphan won the game at the end for them, if I'm not mistaken.
Remember. That was months ago.
It was either Donphan or Milotic. Like one of those two won the game for them at the end.
No, Mike, it was Infernape, because they baited that they didn't have Gunk Shot on the Mega Guard, and then it came back and just ate its ass.
You're right. That's right. They made I remember that. They made like some sort of play, like either switched in or switched out to make the Gardevoir think it didn't have Gunk Shot, and then at the end they just came back in and landed the Gunk Shot and won the game. That's right. You right.
So let's go to their stats now. And actually, I'm pretty impressed. 3 out of their Mons had pretty decent, like not high where they were in the top 10, but Infernape had 9, Mega Alakazam had 8, Donphan had 8, and then everything else just had like 3 or less. Honestly, I like that, how they have 3 Mons that just do a lot of offensive pressure, and everything else just back it up. I like that. I wish that Snorlax did a little bit more. I wish that Ivani did a little bit more. I just wish that every Mon did a little bit more. But any thoughts with anything, buddy?
Yeah. These fuckers trying to steal my Serene Grace ideas over here.
Okay, better they have it than you. You, the god of all hacks.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel, God of All Hacks.
Okay, you don't have a YouTube channel.
You can make a YouTube channel. I'll be the first to follow.
No, you definitely won't.
You will?
Yeah, you're right, you won't. Lucy's gonna beat you all to it.
That's probably accurate.
Alright, we're
Lucy's just that boy. Sure. So let's talk about the best. No, my bad.
What?
Never mind.
What are you even doing? Are we going on?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on then. Mike,
all right,
start. Because I know you have beef with this team.
So I do have a beef with this team.
All right. So
these guys took my Mega Aggron away from me, and I was very happy. I got to bop it.
Let it out.
I was very happy. I got to kill it like 3 turns into our game. Courtesy, I don't even remember who got to kill it. Somebody was clicking Skull. That's all I remember. Primarina maybe? Primarina killed it? I don't know. I don't remember. So maybe it was me. I don't know. No, Jolteon killed it. I remember because they switched it into a Thunderbolt, and it took like over half. And then they didn't Mega Evolve the next turn and left it in, and it died. So whatever. Jolteon killed it. Sparky Anderson for the win. Anyway, so I got to pop the Mega Aggron, which made me happy. But in all seriousness, very, very good team. Coco, Flygon, Crobat. I think they made a couple of free agent trades. I know Cress wasn't on their team initially. And of course they've got Cartana. Like the one problem with the team I saw and I still see is a pretty big fire weakness with Cacturn and Aggron, Cartana, Scolipede. So pretty big fire weakness, but overall I feel like they had a pretty good team. They had a nice mix of speed and slow mons, a nice mix of offensive mons, defensive mons. They started out the season with a 6-0 win over the Nidoqueens, we already mentioned.
Shocking as all hell.
Yeah, but from there they lost, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. Before picking up another win over build-up. And they did close the season on a 3-game losing streak. So
Winning streak.
Yeah, they closed the season on a 3-game win streak and finished with 4 wins. But, that middle part of the season after their good 6-0 start, like the next week, they got 6-0'd by a calm-minding Reuniclus. So, which to be
3 times.
They got 6-0 3 times? Who else 6-0'd them? Oh, Rocky and you guys 6-0. You guys 6-0'd them?
Yeah, with Volcarona. And you said Volcarona is trash.
It is trash. Dies to rocks.
6-0'd.
Doesn't matter. It's still garbage.
It does matter.
It's garbage.
Your
Garbage
team was
Pokemon.
garbage.
Just like Pyukumuku is garbage.
Pyukumuku made playoffs and you guys didn't.
Excuse me, we beat the team that had Pyukumuku, so I don't want to hear this. Pyukumuku was too scared to even come against us. That's how bad it is. And we're not that good.
Valid.
Hashtag fuck Dark.
No, don't say that about Daddy Dark.
Alright. Hashtag come back to me when you actually bring Pyukumuku.
Okay, there you go. That's a really long hashtag, but okay.
That's like a tweet on itself.
I don't care.
Alright, we're moving on. Ninetales, what do you think about the team?
Alright, well, first of all, hashtag fuck Bryce. But no, back to actual meaning. I like the team in the sense that between, their Fairy, Dragon, and Steel was, you had a mix between Coco and Aggron and Cortana, depending if you want, like, a fucking presence of killing with Cortana, or you just wanted to wall out any physical attacker, and then you had Flygon there to take away 2 Earthquake weaknesses, which is really good. Then, for some reason, which I was always curious about, they drafted 2 fucking poison types, which I'm there like, but you get bopped by Psychic. And then, Claydol and Scrafty, and then, that Cacturn, they all came in and they're like, okay, you're covering all your weaknesses. Well played. But the one thing I think they should have done, look at your team, you could just spam the hell out of, like, Shadow Ball or Return, because they didn't have a Ghost nor a normal type, which I feel like should be always on a team.
Right.
I would agree.
Yeah, I also see a lot of dual typings. I see 2 poison types, 2 steel types, 2 psychic types, 2 dark types, 3 psychic types, excuse me. Just, like,
Yep.
It's just so much, and I think that's the reason why they got that, 5 in a row losses? It was surprising enough that they beat Mandy 6-0, and they even finished the season off very, very strong, even going into 6th place. Finished the season with 4-5 record, -10. I believe they finished right behind you guys. If we go down to the stats, they weren't horrible, I guess you could say. Mega Aggron and Tapu Koko led the team with 8 kills. Everything else was like 3 and under. Scrafty with 3, Vaporeon with 2, Devil Fox with 2. But like, I feel like these guys were also predictable. I know that Bryce was going through a lot, and it's hard for those 2. Tucker lives in Sweden was it? Or Norway?
No, I think it's Netherlands. Yeah, I thought it was another one.
That's probably Netherlands. I keep on forgetting. But so it's hard for them to communicate with each other. But like, I think they had a pretty solid team, pretty offensive. But like, the thing is, we're saying like how Team Speed Boost and the Nidoqueens and Queens had a much better draft than these guys, and yet these guys still beat them.
This is true.
Which I think is telling a lot about Bryce, which I think did most of the battles for them. And
yeah,
he's still learning too, so I can't wait to see that. A little disappointing that Cacturn didn't get a chance to even play at all, but whatever.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
I think it was really cool that they had 2 Scald immunities, Water Absorb Cacturn and Water Absorb Vaporeon. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You don't usually see dual Water Absorbers or whatever on a team like that, so that was...
Not really. Alright, so we're moving on?
We have to.
Oh, goody.
All
Look
right.
good. You know what? Let the third wheel start this. Let me start what I
Oh,
have
no.
to say about this.
Alright, go ahead. Unload on how crap we are,
Alright.
please.
First of all, what the fuck?
What?
You got rid of Garchomp.
Hey, don't look at me. Don't look at me.
What
Do
the
not look at me.
fuck?
Do not look at me. Look at my partner over there and his 9 tails.
Oh my gosh. They got you 9 kills in what? How many games? 6 almost?
To be fair, he got rid of it for the last game after we were basically guaranteed to not make playoffs. However,
Okay.
that was not my decision. I told him if he said he wanted to make a free agent move, I was like, whatever, do what you want, I don't care. And then next thing I know, I wake up the next morning, I look at the doc, and Garchomp's not on our roster anymore. And I'm just like, hello?
Celesteela instead, you get brought in Kyurem, which you did not draft.
No.
Oh my gosh, that frustrated me a little bit. Like, he was your most offensive guy.
Don't look at me.
Like,
All right. To be fair, we were lacking a Steelmon for the entirety of this season. A, because Bryce exists, and B, we really didn't have anything else to go off of. So we're like, okay, we'll just not work off Steelmon. And there was a good amount of times where it bit us in the back, bit us in the ass, where we really could have used the Steelmon to tank, psychics, grass moves, water moves, all that. And it really pained us. And I'm like, it doesn't really matter because we're not going to make the playoffs either way unless we go through this situation and it happens, which it didn't. So I was like, yeah, I'm just going to do this. And I decided to give us Celesteela because, A, Celly's fun and it's always got good utility. And B, I just wanted to see what we could do in the last 2 weeks with this Mon, with what else we had. And I found it fun.
Alright, fair enough. But I think it was 3 weeks you traded it away.
No, it was just for the last week.
Okay. No, it was at least 2. It was at least 2.
To be fair, we had it for 2 weeks, and this thing has more kills than Bryce's Cacturn over there. So don't just nag at me like this.
Everything has more kills than Cacturn. They didn't even bring Cacturn.
Everything.
But I really liked how you brought Kecleon and Primeape and Venomoth. You hardly ever see that in draft format. I really enjoyed seeing that from you guys.
Yeah.
Let's go over to your schedule. A really roller coaster start. You won, then you lost. You won, then you lost. Then you won 2, but then you lost 2, and that's what's lost you your season. You lost against
The playoff.
Team Speed Boost.
Hey, we just talked about how good Byron is. I don't want to hear this.
He is good. I'm not knocking you about it.
I don't want to hear this. Now,
At the time, they only had 1 win.
The loss that ended us is when we played Sundance Kids in week 8, and they had already clinched playoffs, so they just brought meme sets against us. And we still got 4
undefeated, so that one's understood.
But
You
they
already
brought
said that you
memes.
lost.
They brought memes against us, and we still got 4-0'd. It was a team full of memes. We still lost. We still got 4-0'd. But, we ended the season on a positive note, or the 64ers. But here's the problem. We lost to everyone that I wanted to beat. We lost to you. We lost to Hoobie and Lucy. We lost to Rocky. We lost to Byron. The only team we beat that I really absolutely 100% really wanted to beat was Bryce and his Dragonites. And Bryce didn't even play that game. I had to 1v1 Twin in that game. I didn't get the satisfaction of beating Bryce, okay? So...
you
so I did kill the Aggron. Hashtag I killed Aggron. It's just I feel really disappointed in how we played this season. I felt like we brought a lot of the same stuff way too often. We scarfed our Garchomp almost every week. We brought Kofag almost every week. We brought Mew almost every week. We were very
every week.
We were very, very predictable, I feel like, and that's not something I like to do. I think most people in the league would tell you the one thing that I actually do semi-decently is bring, unusual stuff that can work. So, and Ninetales is good for that too, and yet when the two of us are together, we brought a lot of conventional bog standard stuff. So, I don't know.
I don't feel
the point is, I don't want to be on a team with you anymore. You suck.
I don't think it's putting 2 idiotic memers on a team.
No, you have to put like two. You have to put an idiotic memer and a smart memer on a team. So like me and Dark should have been on a team, or you and Dark should have been on a team because Dark knows how to meme and meme smartly. We don't.
You know, I'm going to the mountains. I'll be back in a couple years, fam.
You're gonna train with Dark on how to meme smartly.
Yeah. He'll teach me the ways.
Teach you the ways of the meme. Okay.
All right.
Mhm.
So, like, before you got rid of Garchomp, that was in the top 10, and it's still actually in the top 10, even in free agency. But Entei was your leading killer at the end of the season. 9 kills, 4 deaths. Mew had 7 kills, 7 deaths. Then everything else was, actually no, Jolteon was 4 kills, 3 deaths. Everything else was 3 kills or less. Kind of weird that you didn't bring Umbreon that much, only 2 times, and it died both times. Weezing only got brought 3 times, died twice. Venusaur only brought 4 times, died 3 out of those times. Your bulky mons seem to have died more often than your more offensive mons.
Yeah, we kind of sacked the tanky mons when we felt like we needed to, which sometimes, you know, it worked out. But more and less, it really didn't work out in our favor, which kind of killed.
Mhm.
And I feel like if we ever do teams again, and like we're picking teams, I'll definitely consider Mike, but I feel like I'm gonna go experiment with like Byron and see what the fuck goes on in that man's mind. To be honest,
Are you breaking up with me?
no, not like
Are you breaking up with me? Because it sounds like you're breaking up with me.
No more left.
no, Mike. To be fair, neither of us would beat Byron. Someone has to figure out this man's fucking mindset over here.
So are you saying you want to go to me then?
Okay, here's the thing, Buff, you're good, but I've beat you.
Yeah, but you've also lost to Byron, so.
Yeah, which I don't understand. How do I beat a man who's my only, like, one of my only weaknesses?
Pretty sure your weaknesses are composed of steel, poison, depending on whether or not you're in your normal form or not, ground, rock, water.
Okay.
Was that a bad joke? Yeah. Is that bad?
Alright.
I'm sorry.
So, you stop trash talking my forms.
Okay. It's alright. Your Canadian form is better anyway.
Oh, it's definitely better. Have you seen those locks, fam?
No.
Alright, I'll put a
Anyway.
picture up for everyone to see.
I was just going to say, hey, Buff, edit in a picture of Ninetales and those, like, sweet locks.
Will do.
Crazy.
Alright, let's move on to
All
my
right, we're
favorite
going to-
team name of all time. I don't know.
Oh,
Stark.
this was the biggest team meme name I've ever heard, and I still love it.
Like, it was
The fun
an
was even
accident.
better.
Like, Polly filled out the form for them, and he, like, didn't know what his name was, so he just said, I don't know, just ask Stark. So I just put their name as it, because I didn't give a shit. The first team in the playoffs, 6-3 at a +7. Really offensive team, but also with a lot of bulk. Thunderous, Doug Trio, I guess you can say Arcanine's a little offensive, but mainly defensive. And Terrakion, like, the main offensive things. And also Alolan Ninetales. But, like, the bulk
Oh, wow.
of this team, though. Gligar, Typenol, Toxapex, Reuniclus, Pyukumuku, Forest,
Hashtag cancer.
Aurora Veil, too. Like, what the hell?
Hashtag cancer. Hashtag where's Rock Hands? This is his team. Eject button, Toxapex into Arena Trap, Doug Trio, lit. Arcanine, Rocky's favorite mon, lit. Fortress and Gligar, Pyukumuku for bulk, lit. And Typenol. Alolan Ninetales for Veil support, lit. Mega Bayonet there for Prankster Destiny Bond and Prankster Taunt, lit. This is a Rock Hands team. Oh wait, it's not Rocky. Hello?
No, it's Pauline Dark.
Yeah, it's Polly and Dark. I just don't like. The thing is, like, we beat them back week 3, I think. I was 1v1ing Polly, and it was the first of 2 games this season where Polly forgot to put a snow warning on his Alolan Ninetales. If he put snow warning on there, he could have gotten Veil up against me, and he would have won pretty easily. I think we 1-0'd or 2-0'd.
1-0.
We 1-0'd.
We
1-0'd. We 1-0'd. So if he'd remembered to put Veil on his Ninetales, he'd have beaten me. And if he'd remembered to put Veil on his Ninetales in playoffs, guess what? He'd have beaten Rocky. But he forgot twice. Makes me
No,
sad. This team, the way they were playing, like I looked at this team, I was like, "There's a lot of both, but where's the offense going to come from?" The problem is the way they played it. They didn't need no stinking offense, or at least they didn't need a lot of it. They had all they needed in Terrakion and Thunderous. The rest of the damage came from slow U-turns from Type Null and Gligar, and hail chip damage from Ninetales and Toxapex like Baneful Bunkering or setting up T-Spikes, Arcanine's Rocky Helmet, a Fortress Rocky Helmet, like little chip damage here and there was all they needed for Terrakion and Thunderous to clean up at the end of a lot of their games, and it got them into playoffs. And if they had remembered Snow Warning on Alola Ninetales, they would have beaten Rocky and would have been in the title game. So, what are you going to do? But they played this team a lot better than I thought it could have been played. I just didn't see enough offense at the start of the season, but they played it well enough to get it into playoffs and almost to the title game.
Ninetales?
Well, first, defense, too much. Like, God, you can take a tank and that thing wouldn't burst through. Second of all, when I saw Mega Bayonet, I'm there like, okay. And I start talking, I'm like, okay, this makes no sense. This is Trick Room or this is Speed. There's no in between. And I look at the rest of the team, I'm like, okay, I'm going to have a mind boggle trying to find out if he's bringing Trick Room or not. Because you got Bayonet, Toxapex, Fortress, Gligar, Reuniclus, Pyukumuku, and Type Now to extend, they can all work in Trick Room, and even Arcanine. And then the fast ones, like Thunderous, the trio, Terrakion, and a little Ninetales, they can all be fast, and even Arcanine to an extent. So I'm there like, alright, well, you're throwing a fucking mind ball at me here. And, I didn't play his team because I think I was out for the week, or I was very sick or out for the week doing something. And when Mike played, I watched.
Play, so you just volunteered to sit out, I think, that week.
Maybe, I don't know.
I think it was Dark that couldn't that week, so you just were like, whatever, Mike, fight Polly.
I always kept an eye on all the other teams just to see how we measured up. And when I saw Polly's and Dark's team, they're like, okay, they're winning, they're losing, but what the fuck? How are they getting all these W's? And I look back and realized, well, definitely underestimated. They made it quite far. The playoffs was really good. I wish we made it, but we didn't. They made it. They almost beat Rocky. I needed.
Oh, okay, playoffs. Never mind.
They would have.
I thought you were talking about in the regular season.
No.
Which I'm not talking about.
Next time this man drafts a little Ninetales, I'm gonna have to sit down with this man and say, okay, it's not Snow Cloak, it's Snow Warning here, fam.
Right,
I definitely love the name though.
Right, yeah, same. Let's go to their stats real quick. Terrakion led their team with 13 kills, 8 deaths. We have Thunderous with 9 kills, Duck Trio with 6 kills, Reuniclus with 5 kills, and Alolan Ninetales with 8 kills. A lot of diversity there. Everything else was 3 or less. Type Null even got 3 kills, which is impressive. Anything that stand out to you guys?
I think the fact that there's nothing really surprising. Terrakion and Thunderous led their team in kills, so not surprising. That's basically where all the offense was. So no, nothing too terribly surprising to me, to be honest with you.
I'm surprised that Arcanine didn't get a kill. They only brought it once.
Yeah.
They only brought it once?
Yeah.
Hello? Okay. So clearly this team was not coached by Rockhands. He would have brought it every week.
Yeah, you would have.
Oh, yeah.
We going up?
Let's go up to my
team.
My team.
All right, Mike, you want to tackle this down first, or should I?
All right, so we've got Team Buffalo Wild Chargers, and first of all, let me just say, okay, screw you and your 3 Eviolite users, all right? Just fuck out of here with the bulk. Feeny, P2, Doublade, Golbat, the last 3 getting Eviolite, buffing their already pretty good defenses. No, fuck out of here. So then you got Feeny and Zygarde, right? So Zygarde can't be burned or toxic. So, fuck that. So it gets to come in basically and get free D-dances for the most part, And the Doublade can't be burnt. The P2 can't be toxic. What is this? What is this? Fuck you. Fuck you. I actually called cheating. Ban Feeny. Hashtag ban Feeny.
No.
Yes.
What's wrong with that?
Hashtag ban Feeny. Do it.
Ash Greninja can't be Thunderwaved. Volcarona can't be Thunderwave.
Yep, and they didn't have Ash Greninja the whole season. I think you guys picked it up in time for playoffs, right?
Yeah, the week before playoffs.
So you had it for the last game of the regular season, and then for playoffs.
Right. We got rid of it after the last game, so we had it for playoffs.
So I had it for playoffs. You had Mega Absol. Mega Absol was really good for you guys. I don't know how many kills it picked up, but I really liked Mega Absol. I really liked it. It put in the work. No, it actually didn't put in the work against us. We outmaneuvered it because you guys didn't click Sucker Punch for some reason. But anyway, did you click Sucker Punch?
We did click Sucker Punch. That's why you guys set up on our Sucker Punches. That's why we didn't kill it. Anything. If we went for knockoff, we would have killed Mew easily.
That's accurate. I don't remember now. Anyway, so you got a lot of bulk, and then you had monsters like Absol and Zygarde. You know, Absol being able to magic bounce back things like Will-O-Wisp and Toxic, and then Zygarde just not even caring because Phoenix Terrain is right there. And to boot, you've got Volcarona that cleaned up a couple of times for you guys at the end of games, or in the case of Bryce's team, they just swept the entire team right from the get-go. You know, so a lot of good mons on the team. You guys played it well. And just came up a little short in playoffs because for some reason we tried to run a meme set on Feeny that was doomed to fail from the get-go. But we won't go there. We won't go there.
Oh, shush.
I told you it wouldn't work. And you see, and that's how you know he knows that I'm right.
Hey, at least we made playoffs.
Hey, shut up.
I really liked our team, especially the Zygarde and Volcarona, especially the Volcarona. We didn't really start out the season the way we wanted to. We got bopped 0-5. But then we beat you guys, which is good. But then we lost against the Sundance Kids. But then we won twice against Team Build Up and Dragon Knights. 2 6-0s in a row. Then we lost against I Don't Know Ask Dark. But then we won the last 3, 1-0, 3-0, and then 0-0. Oh. My bad. Sorry.
No. Go home. Go home. You're drunk.
I probably am, honestly. But our only losses were against the teams that made the playoffs. The Ultra Beast, the Sundance Kids, and I Don't Know Ask Dark.
What are you trying to say? That you're better than us? Because you're right.
I mean, our season really proved that.
Okay. Alright. But the
Alright.
Buffalo would fight this, man.
I'm kidding.
Alright, Buff, can I come back to your team? Like,
What's up?
the
Yeah,
question?
of course.
Alright. So first of all, you have 3 fucking fairies. What the hell?
Damn, that's right.
You
We did.
you pixie glitter motherfucker.
I mean, to be fair, we also had Gold
Of 2
Bat.
steel types.
Yeah.
2 flying types.
Uh-huh.
Like 6 things that should go to Weight Watchers because they're that fat. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 if you consider Tapu Fini Calm Landing, but I wouldn't bring that. 3 Mons that could just set up in Tapu Fini's terrain and you'll laugh at you. You know, this team, you can bring any other Tapu and this team wouldn't be the same. You can bring Lele, it wouldn't be the same. You can bring Bulu, it wouldn't bring the same. You can bring Coco, it wouldn't be the same. Phoenix Terrain just helped this team better than anything else. I feel like whoever had the Coco team, like Bryce and the Drents, I feel like they should have won this matchup, seeing as how good Coco should have put your team down.
They just
But you somehow
set up.
Yeah. Now, but I feel like your problem is you're a respectable battler. I feel like you can team prep fine.
Debatable.
You can battle fine. I feel like like the problem is it's not that Coley was holding you back because he's made from your saying he's made some plays that are impressive even from our standards. I feel like he's not fully in there because I'm not gonna go into detail, but he's like for season 3 he's drafted some weird things to begin with.
He's learning. He's learning.
You're probably going to go in detail with your season 3 video, and I'd love to be in that just to say what the fuck.
Deal. Actually, no, we can't, because Rock Hands is going to do the draft recap.
God damn it, Rocky.
He'll probably say what the fuck for you.
Yeah,
Accurate statements.
the team is basically fat with 7 P's and about 14 H's. You know, real annoying. I could even see this team on a Trick Room team, seeing as what you have.
Yeah, we almost brought Trick Room against Ultra Beasts, but somebody talked us out of it.
Wasn't me.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't. I don't know what you're talking
Alright.
We
Now, if we take a look-
Beyonce with Trick Room, but you said no, Zygarde fits better, get rid of Beyonce.
I don't know what you're talking about. It wasn't me.
Alright, never mind.
Alright, now, if we take a look at your stats, Volcarona was brought twice, died twice
Twice.
actually. And
Okay.
no, it wasn't brought twice. It was brought 11 times,
11.
or no, 8 times.
Oh my.
Listen,
Six.
I am
6.
9 shells cannot numbers correctly. Okay, I need to go. Wait, what am I doing in math? Trigonometry. I can't.
This is why
Fuck
I
it.
did this stuff.
No shit.
This is why no one knows. You're the worst admin. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh wow. Okay, so Brat died twice, has 13 kills. So it's about as respected as Princess Sparkly Pants over there. aka
Stop
Megadine.
calling her Princess Sparkly Pants. I swear to God.
Mrs.
Which-
like mini Mrs. Sparkly Pants.
Okay, which I don't understand. Which it's got 2 deaths. What the fuck? This thing's 4 times Rita Rocks. Like, did no one think of this?
I mean, we did draft Hitmontop, which was taken over by Aerodactyl. We also had Finny, which got defog. Golbat that got defog. Is that it? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think so. Then you got Zygar with 10 kills, which is, I'm not the first Zygar coils. Is even just tanks is generally back just as hard, which is pretty
Glad
scary.
for you.
Everything else is just 4 and below, really. Finny 4, Golbat 4, Doublade's got 3. P2's actually got 2 kills, surprisingly. Expected just to get no. Dance's got 1
Analytic,
everything.
baby.
Yeah, I love it using the and Hoobie's League. It's really that's which is gonna kill me.
Mike, was he really quiet for you too?
Yeah, he was really quiet.
Yeah, you got really quiet there, Ninetales.
God, all right. Well,
We heard you. We heard you. You just got really quiet.
Yeah.
You don't need to repeat yourself.
All right.
All right, let's
Alright,
move
well,
on
not-
to the undefeated until the finals Sundance Kids.
Hashtag paralysis in finals?
Not quite.
Oh, wait, wrong season. My bad.
wrong season, wrong meme.
Also, true.
This, honestly, like when they were first building it, I didn't know where they were going. Like, I felt like it was all over the place. But like once I saw it, the big picture, Venusaur, Heliolisk, Torkoal, Houndoom, and Volcanion. One of the best Sun teams I've ever seen.
I agree.
Chlorophyll, then there's 2 solar powers, and then there's just Volcanion. Just Volcanion. Like, it's a very powerful mon, and in the sun, boosting up that fire moves. It's scary. And they lived up to that scariness.
I would agree.
9-0 in the regular season, only to lose in the finals, which fuck the New England Patriots for doing the same thing. Yeah. Like, what do you guys think of this team?
Ninetales, I'll let you go first. But I have some
Alright.
thoughts about this team.
Just
First of all,
get
this
your
is
numbers correctly.
Yeah.
Oh my. First of all, this team actually doesn't have a steel mine, which is quite surprising.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Second of all, they didn't make any free agency transactions. They actually just stuck with this all season, which really showed ass. Third of all, fat Torkoal, Fizdef, intimidating Lando, Fizdef, Gudra, Spadev, unaware Clef. You ain't sitting up. Venusaur is just standing around until like 2020. Fucking Licky wish patching until the next Ice Age is happening. Exatu's magic bouncing any status. Like, fuck, man.
Where do you come up with this stuff?
I don't know, to be honest.
Very good question.
I think of this off the top of my head, I'm be honest.
Alright.
I believe it.
I'd like to see you freestyle.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
I am gonna have to second Buff's motion.
The fuck both your motions. I'm staying
We'll
home.
bring Rock Hands in and we'll start freestyling.
Oh, the white guy that says the black word, yeah. That's a good idea.
I know. It feels like awkward when he says that.
Not only is it awkward, I'm just there like, you're too white for this. He's like, I know.
Well, I think he grows up in that kind of neighborhood.
Oh, where just white people walk around the streets where they say that?
Yeah.
Usual.
Or the actual guy is actually saying the word.
Why are we talking about this?
I don't know. Let's just move on to their stats now. Or no, Mike is still to talk about the team.
So my thoughts on the team basically are that it's busted.
Yeah.
And it's another classic Rockets team, by which I mean, after the draft, you look at it and you go, the fuck is this thing gonna do? And then, it goes and destroys the entire league. Like, like, every single one of Rockets' drafts, I think I've thought that about. I don't remember really much about his season 1 PSBL draft. And I don't remember really what I thought about it after the draft, but, like, this team, I remember looking at it going, it's alright, I guess. And I thought about that for his UPL Season 1 and Season 2 team. His UPL Season 1 team was a sand team. And I remember going, he drafted Mega Garchomp. I guess it's okay, whatever. And he only proceeds to go 10-1 in the regular season, whatever. And his UPL team for Season 2, he's over there, and he started out pretty bad. I think he started 1-3 or 1-4, something like that. And then he drops Mega Latios and picks up Mega Sableye, and now he's got a cancer core of Mega Sableye, Chansey, Arcanine, Umbreon, etc., etc. And since then, I think he's only lost 3 games. So, when he picked up Mega Sableye, I looked at it and I went, okay, this team is cancer, but it's alright. People will break through stall. But really, for the most part, they haven't. So, this is like classic Rock Hands. You look at his team, and it's deceptively good.
Yeah, right.
And then combined with combine that with how good Rock Hands is as a battler and a prepper, it's. I'm not terribly surprised. I'm a little surprised they went undefeated with it. Like, even with the benefit of hindsight, like looking back at it, I'm still very surprised they went undefeated in the regular season and got to finals unbeaten and had a chance to win the league title without taking an L the entire season. I'm a little surprised about that, but regardless, I'm not terribly surprised that they overperformed, I feel, with a team that I still don't think is great on paper. Like, I don't think any of the other coaches could take this team and duplicate the success that they had with it. I really don't. I definitely think they overperformed with a team. But that speaks to how good Rock Hands and Sir Hawthorne are as coaches. So,
All right, so let's go down to their stats and a lot of diversity. Especially Lando T got 8 kills, Venusaur got 9 kills, Torkoal got 10 kills, Hariyama and Volcanion, wow, 11 kills each. Everything on their team got a kill, at least one, and that speaks volume for them, in my opinion. Just the fact that they've used everything very well, and to get to this 9-0 season, it's just incredible in my opinion. Oh,
I agree.
Chris,
what?
we moving on last team?
I guess so.
All right.
Do it.
Season 2 champions.
Hashtag paralysis in finals.
Okay,
It should have
stop that.
happened.
You didn't even make playoffs.
Hashtag paralysis in finals.
Alright,
Sorry.
fair enough.
This is the last chance I'll have to actually be able to bring that up, because now Hoobie's won, and it's unfortunate.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
He finally won a championship.
Hey, Hoobie finally won a belt.
Season 1, he lost in the championship game. UPL Season 1. He went
Who did he lose to? Remind us.
Lucy?
Lucy? Not in the PSBL.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the UPL, because I was talking about that when you interrupted me.
No, remind us who he lost to.
Yes, they lost to Mike, our Season 1 champion.
Hey, okay, thank you. Okay, I'm good now.
Like I was saying before you interrupted me.
Ego has been sufficiently stroked now. Okay, we're good. Continue.
I can mute you for this last one.
On Fort.
UPL, he went 11-0 or whatever the number was.
11-0.
Lost in the second round, to Lucy. And now he finally won a championship. Congratulations, Hoobie. Congratulations to Lucy, which now won 2 championships in the 3 leagues he's been in with us. It's like, this was a very scary team. Nihilego, Tornadus, Darmanitan, Hitmonlee, Mega Scizor, Crocodile, even Shaman, Gardevoir, Minior, all of those hit like a freaking truck. And the worst part is, they can also be bulky. Nihilego, especially bulky as shit. Mega Scizor, physically bulky. Shaman is bulky in a way. Minior, with their shields up, could be pretty bulky. Then they have Suicune, Regice, which is especially bulky, Bronzonk, which can take a pretty good hit, Crocodile with Intimidate. I can keep on going a little bit longer too. It was a good team that they drafted, and I think they deserved winning this, in my opinion. Guys?
Ninetales.
All right, all right. We're gonna start with this, all right?
Alright.
Okay.
First of all, these motherfuckers didn't have one dragon, and they whooped everybody's ass, except
This I can
Rocky,
confirm.
until the playoffs. Second of all, we have ego boosting, motherfucking pain in my ass, Lily's hat flying off with tentacles on it, fucking Nihilego over there. Basically, one of Hoobie's favorite mons, because this bitch drafted in season 3 too, so gotta deal with that fuck again.
Anybody watching this, make fan art of Hoobie with Nihiligo and Kartana. I'm sure Hoobie would love it. Make fan art. Do it.
We got Suicune, which I know Lucy. I don't know if Lucy's drafted this, but Hoobie's drafted this before. And this bitch, you can give him Bronzong, you can give him Regice, you can give him Snorlax, you can give any bulky, whether it's Fizdef, Spedef, both sides, fucking bulky. He doesn't care. He's gonna take those stats and say, okay, I'm gonna set up, I'm gonna sweep with this. And they're like, the fuck. Then we got Tornadus to provide the annoying support of Tailwind and Taunt, which is never good because, Scarfed Banded Crook, Scarfed Crook with Tailwind up. That's a bitch. We got Darmanitan, which basically, no matter what you have, I don't care if you have like 15 things that can take this thing, it's still gonna die. Like, this Flare Blitz from this monster is disgusting. Then they have the Burn Hitmonlee, which noted this team is basically set up like Darmanitan, Balko, Nihilego, Beast Boost, Scizor, Sword Stance, Crook, Moxie. Tornadus has Defiant. Shaman has.
It's almost like Hoobie had some impact on drafting this team.
Gardevoir can literally steal like any ability, and I mean any Beast Boost, freaking Moxie, and all that. Meteor, Shell Smash. You got Maxi Kid. You got Maxi. You get the only mods that I was surprised that they drafted, which I'm assuming was from Lucy's take, is A, Bronzong, and B, Regice, which Regice got a kill, which I'm surprised by, because that thing's meant to just spit F out the ass.
Wasn't that one kill against us?
Shut up.
I think it was. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Mike, I will drop your ass faster than a woman drops her abusive husband.
Oh, wait. What the? Okay. No, I'm sorry. The one Regice kills against Mandy and Chris. That was the one game it came to. I remember. It didn't come against us. Minior destroyed our team. That's all I remember. I have nightmares about that Minior.
Suicune destroyed my team.
Yeah.
Because you tried to whirlpool it, trap it in, and Nature's Madness it, and whittle it down. I told you it wouldn't work.
And muted. So, Ninetales. No, I'm kidding. Alright. Love you, Mike.
Yeah. Fuck you.
I'm kidding, don't worry. Gosh. Alright,
I'm just in the middle of the eating Oreos.
The first... Alright, let's just get through the stats real quick and just call it an episode. Or whatever.
Wait, no, I have a question. If Mega Diancie is Princess Sparkly Pants, then what's Mega Gardevoir?
Mega Gardevoir is basically Sparkly that ass.
Okay, do you have something for Mega Gardevoir there?
No, I haven't drafted that thing in any draft format. I don't like it.
Excuse me. Whoa, we need to have a conversation about your life choices if you don't like Mega Gardevoir. No. Yes, in this video. Ninetales, I swear to God.
Hour and 15 minutes. No, we're finishing this, and then you guys can...
We've not been recording for hour 15 minutes. You're lying. You're straight lying.
1 hour, 13 minutes, and 40 seconds.
No, you're lying scum. No, I'm just kidding.
Not. Alright, so Nihilego led the team, 16 kills. Suicune with 6 kills. Mega Scizor with 8. Crocodile with 5. Shaman with 8. Minior with 9. That's basically it. Everything else was actually 1 or below. Actually, no. Tornadus only had 3, which is surprising in my opinion. Darmanitan only brought twice, including playoffs. Only got 2 kills, which is also surprising. Hitmonlee didn't get any kills. Surprising in my opinion. guys.
Hashtag we killed 3. No, see, Nihiligo, did Nihiligo lead the league in kills or tie with Mega Diancie for the lead league in kills?
Yeah, they tied.
Yeah, so tied with Diancie. Not surprising at all. Hubi loves his Nihiligo. He loves his Kartana a little bit more, but he also loves Nihiligo. Not terribly surprising there. I think the Minior getting 9 kills, I think three of them? 3 or 4 of them were versus us. So, shrug. Yeah, I think the only surprising thing is that Darmanitan, that monster, in 2 games, only came to 2 games, and then to boot only got 2 kills. That's a little surprising. That thing is a monster. I had that for Season 1 of the UPL, and that thing is an absolute truck. I think it doubled its kill total today, breaking the 4th wall. The finals game happened today, right?
Yeah.
So, I think it doubled its kill total for the season today alone.
Mm-hmm.
Or are those 2 kills just from today's game?
Kills, yeah, only 2 kills.
Only 2 kills the whole season were in finals?
Mm-hmm.
So you're telling me a Darmanitan, over the course of a 9-game season, got 0 kills?
Mm-hmm.
Plus a semifinal game. So over 10 games, it got no kills.
Mm-hmm.
Disgusting. Hubi and Lucy, I'm disgusted. Hashtag fraudulent champions. Hashtag riot.
Take their championship away. Give it to them,
No, give it to Rocky. Rocky actually killed things with his offensive mons. God damn it.
Let's give it to Netherlands, man. Let's give it to Twent.
Let's give it to Princess Sparkly Pants. Princess Sparkly Pants needs a championship, though.
Byron will win a championship soon with us. Soon. He will.
Who?
Byron. Yeah, he will.
Maybe.
You will.
Yeah, he will if he has to play me in finals, because he always beats me.
Alright, so, any comments at all?
Yeah, fuck Hubi.
Hashtag rigged, because we didn't make playoffs. The system was rigged against us from the beginning.
Okay.
So, it was rigged against us. Buff purposefully made sure that we had the worst possible draft position. He purposely made sure to help all the other teams prep for us.
No, we drafted 3rd or something.
I'm pretty sure you drafted first.
No, we didn't draft overall. We were 3rd.
I think I can actually look this up.
No, I know Lucy and Hubi drafted ahead of us because they took our Mega Caesar. We wanted that initially, and they took it.
Yeah, you're right. Sundance Kids and Ultra Beast, then you guys.
What an amazing concept. The 2 teams that made finals had the number 1 and number 2 overall pick. So like I said, he made sure we had the absolute worst draft position.
I don't know, Dark and us, we drafted 3rd to last and 2nd to last, respectively.
Okay, so what an amazing concept. The other teams that made playoffs drafted basically at the end of the draft. So everybody in the middle was number fucked from the get-go. What an amazing revelation.
What are you talking about there?
I'm telling you, the system was rigged. The system was rigged, fam. It was rigged from the get-go. Yeah, I'm ashamed I was even a part of this. No, I'm just completely kidding. Mm-hmm. In the interest of total seriousness, it was a fun season. I really enjoyed the tag team concept. I didn't enjoy working with Ninetales at all. He's a pain in my neck. However, the team concept was a really cool idea. I look forward to maybe doing this again someday. If not in this league, then in another league. Lucy, I'm here. If we ever do teams again, Lucy, okay, I'm reaching out. The invitation has been extended. I'm reaching out to Lucy Goosey for the win. If we ever do partners again, the invitation has been extended. Carry me to a title. You've carried Hubi to a title. Carry me to a title, please. I beg you. I don't care what Hubi says. You carried.
All right, Mike. All right.
Do it.
Stop sucking his dick. Let's go.
Excuse me. I'm reaching out to my friend Lucy Goosey. His link will be in the description below.
No. Buffy's right.
There you go. See? Good boy.
Buffy's right. He's reaching out. He's reaching out his mouth, pulling down Lucy's belt, and just bams there.
Excuse me.
All right, that is all we have time for. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to everyone for participating, and thank you for my 2 co-admins, Ninetales and Mike. Right,
we're so fired after this.
Possibly, I might have to get the Season 2 champions as my co-admins now.
Oh, god damn it.
I'll take hostages.
Wait, so you're breaking up with me then? I'm for it.
Thank you guys for watching.